Good morning to you, or buongiorno. Today we are Sunday, the day after the Vernissage. What an experience! What an experience! I'm always very aware that when I create an exhibition, wherever in the world, that it is in digital or physical, that there is a difference between the two of them. With the digital, you will be able to see my work in a digital framework. But when my paintings are presented in a physical way, and that I'm also there, physically present at the exhibitions, it makes a whole difference for the exhibition, for the visitors, and also for me. When I engaged myself last year to present one painting, it was one painting that I presented in Matera, physical one, but I was not present. I had the intention to feel, to see, and to evaluate how people in Matera would react to my paintings. And from there started the collaboration with Dr. Carmela Loyacuno, who is a curator, art historian, a very special and impressive person, not only as a professional but also as a human being. It's the first time that in these relationships that I had in the past with people in the art world, curators, people of exhibition rooms, visitors, that I felt that she had such a strong connection with my work, that she could see, feel, and even evaluate in a very critical way what I'm doing through my artwork. So when we started to do the whole preparation in the old Matera, and I can tell it's old, buildings are very, very old, especially that I came from an area where I did an exhibition in Knock, in the Grand Casino de Knock in Belgium, where everything was so perfect. Every centimeter, every millimeter, every lighting spot, every corner was so geometrically perfect. And then when I came to Matera, in the exhibition room, in the old Matera, I was presented a room that dated many, many centuries ago. There were no straight walls. Everything was old. It was the old Matera. And I smiled. I smiled because I came a few weeks ago from that framework of perfect geometry to the old Matera, where everything was alive. Everything was what it was. And I had to find with the people who were there, with the organization, how to create a perfect exhibition. And I must admit, and I will be honest with you, I was triggered for the first hour. I was puzzled. on how I had to implement 24 of my paintings in that area so that they would blend in and that they would prepare something special for the visitors of Matera. And you know what? I succeeded. Yesterday we had the Vernissage, so it was the opening. And what I have lived and what every single person has lived there was exceptional. Really, really exceptional. I've already seen many visitors coming to my exhibitions. But what I saw yesterday gave me so much hope, so much strength also. Because I saw that every visitor, and I had visitors of all ages that came to the exhibition, but I saw that every single visitor was there in full presence. And every single minute that I spent there with every single person was such a deep connection. Not only with them, but also the connection that they were ready to go into with my artwork. And I'm still touched by it, very deeply inside. I feel that my whole body has been transformed by the meeting with every single person that I met yesterday and the experience that we lived. I felt adopted. Normally when one of my paintings is selected by one of the visitors who says, I would like to have it, I'm always saying, oh, one of my paintings has been adopted. Because for me it's an adoption. It's like a little puppy that somebody says, oh, I want that little puppy. And then from there starts a beautiful relationship. Yesterday, during that vernissage, that evening, I felt adopted by the Italian people who were present over there. I had many people who came to me when they were in contact with my paintings and they said, look, 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 I have goosebumps of what I've lived. And I would say to each one of you, look, 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 I have goosebumps also today. When I feel that I've lived with each one of them and in that environment. And so today we're going to prepare more articles, videos that we will send out to the world. Some of them today, others later on. Because it's still a lot of work to prepare all those things. But it's fun. And I love to do it. And so today we will have other experience. Because it's continuous. So we will be there today also at the exhibition. But I would like to ask each one of you, wherever you are in the world when you're seeing this, whatever language that you're speaking, use a translator if you don't speak English. But for once in your life, set your priorities right in life, whatever it is. I'm not just talking about art, I'm talking about life. Because if life is offering you an opportunity, in whatever form it is, and you bring reason into it, that's okay. But make sure that if you bring reason into your equation, why not? That you're ready to take full responsibility of the experience that you will have if you engage with it. Or if within your priorities you say, okay, this is not possible, this cannot be done, okay. But in both cases, you will have to take responsibility for your choices. So I've seen people yesterday who were there, and it touches me. It touches me still very much when I think about all those experiences I had. Because I hear all over the world people complaining that the world is going to an end and that everything is bad, and that is not true. It's what you make out of it. If you go into resistance or you want to go into a fight, that's your thing. But I can assure you that there is still so many things to live in this life which are beautiful. But it all starts with you. So of course I thank you for this time you have spent with me. I felt the need to do it right away this morning before I started to do the rest I had to do today. Why? Because it is important for each one of you that you are aware that there is more in this world than just what you think. So thank you to each one of you to be here. I'll see you later.